أكبر الله أكبر
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وسلم. قال الله تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته لا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. وقال الله تعالى: واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. وقال الله تعالى: يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الحدي حدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد, I hope you are all doing well, my brothers and my sisters. Today's khutbah shall be about the story that is told to us in Quran, Surah 18, ayat 60 to 82, Surah Al-Kahf, and in Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 4727, and lessons we can derive from this story. This story is regarding Prophet Musa, Moses alayhi salam, and his journey alongside Prophet Yusha ibn Nun, Joshua alayhi salam, to visit Prophet Al-Khidr alayhi salam, peace be upon him. But before I begin narrating the story to you all, I'm going to give a brief biography of each of the prophets which are mentioned in the following story. Firstly, Prophet and Messenger Musa, Moses alayhi salam. He is the Prophet and Messenger of Allah, whom was revealed the Torah, and was commanded to preach Tawheed to Bani Israel and the people of Egypt, including the tyrant Egyptian king Pharaoh, and save the children of Israel alongside his brother Prophet Aaron alayhi salam from Pharaoh and his army. Prophet Musa alayhi salam performed many miracles, such as making his staff transform into a gigantic snake to eat all the other transformed staffs into snake by the magicians he was competing against alayhi salam, and splitting the ocean in half, making a pathway for his followers from the children of Israel and himself. As Muslims, we believe that the Torah is one of the holy books that Allah sent down for the children of Israel to abide by, and was once perfect, however it got distorted later on. Secondly, Prophet Yusha ibn Nun, Joshua alayhi salam. Sheikh Abdul Aziz ibn Fawhan al-Anzi, Hafidhahullah wa may Allah preserve and protect him, mentions that the Fatah, boy servant of Prophet Musa alayhi salam, is Yusha ibn Nun, according to the Mufassirin, and that he, Yusha, is a prophet from the prophets and messengers sent to the children of Israel, whom Allah made the sun stop for Prophet Yusha whilst he was fighting in the path of Allah. Thirdly, Prophet Al-Khidr alayhi salam. Al-Allama, the esteemed scholar Abdul Aziz ibn Abdullah ibn Baz, rahimahullah, may Allah have mercy upon him, says in his Majmu' al-Fatawa, وَالصَّحِيحُ أَنَّ الْخِدْرَ نَبِيًّا كَمَا يَدُلُّ عَلَيْهِ ظَاهِرُ الْقُرْآنِ الْكَرِيمِ. And what is correct is that Al-Khidr is a prophet, as is evident of the apparent meaning of the noble Quran regarding him. End quote. Al-Khidr means the green one, and as we shall see in the story I shall relate to you all, Prophet Al-Khidr alayhi salam was granted more ilm than Prophet Musa alayhi salam, whom Prophet Musa alayhi salam wanted to learn from, however due to not being patient with him, didn't learn as much as he wanted. I'll start with an excerpt from Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 4727, and I'm going to go on to the story. From Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam that he said, Moses got up to deliver a sermon before the children of Israel, and he was asked, "Who is the most learned from amongst the people?" Moses replied, "I am the most learned." Allah then admonished Musa, for he did not ascribe all knowledge to Allah only. Then came the divine inspiration, "Yes, one of our slaves at the junction of the two seas is more learned than you." Musa said, "O my Lord, how can I meet him?" Allah said, "Take a fish in a basket, and wherever the fish is lost, follow it. You'll find him at that place." So Musa set out along with his attendant Yusha ibn Nun, and they carried with them a fish till they reached the rock and rested there. Musa put his head down and slept. End quote. Subhanallah. From looking at this segment of the story, do we learn that we need to thank Allah for the blessings that He has given all of us, and remind ourselves and preach that it all belongs to Allah alone, whether it is knowledge, whether it is strength, whether it is wealth, whatever it is, etc. For Allah even publicly admonished Prophet Musa alayhi salam in front of his own people for not mentioning that his knowledge only belongs to Allah. Prophet Musa, one of the greatest men on earth that ever existed, who has a higher rank than even all of the Sahaba, companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, including Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, Umar ibn al-Khattab, and Uthman ibn Affan, radiyallahu anhum, may Allah be pleased with them, the best three companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, as is reported in the Sahih, authentic hadith in Sahih al-Bukhari, where it states, عن ابن عمر رضي الله عنهما قال كنا نخير بين الناس في زمن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فنخير أبا بكر ثم عمر بن الخطاب ثم عثمان بن عفان رضي الله عنهم. From Ibn Umar, may Allah be pleased with them both, i.e. his father Umar ibn al-Khattab and himself, that he said, "We used to compare the people as to who was better in the lifetime of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We used to regard Abu Bakr as the best, then Umar ibn al-Khattab, then Uthman ibn Affan, may Allah be pleased with them. And as for those whom curse such companions, even if they claim to be upon the religion of Islam, they are actually not from Islam, as the esteemed scholar Ahmad ibn Yahya ibn Muhammad al-Najmi, rahimahullah, may Allah have mercy upon him, said, الَّذِينَ يُسِبُّونَ أَبَا بَكْرٍ وَعُمَرٍ وَيُسِبُّونَ سَائِرَ الصَّحَابَةِ هَؤُلَاءِ كُفَّارٌ. Those whom curse Abu Bakr and Umar and likewise curse the rest of the companions, they are disbelievers. Going back to the story, reading from Quran ayat 61 to 64, Surah Al-Kahf. فلما بلغا مجمع بينهما نسيا حوتهما فاتخذ سبيله في البحر صابا فلما جاوزا قال لفتاه آتنا غداءنا لقد لقينا من سفرنا هذا نصبا قال أرأيت إذ أوينا إلى الصخرة فإني نسيت الحوت وما أنسانيه إلا الشيطان أن أذكره واتخذ سبيله في البحر عجبا قال ذلك ما كنا نبغ فارتدا على آثارهما قصصا. But when they reached the junction of the two seas, they forgot their fish, and it took its way through the sea as in a tunnel. So when they had passed further on, beyond that fixed place, Musa said to his boy servant, i.e. Yusha, "Bring us our morning meal. Truly, we have suffered much fatigue in this, our journey." He said, "Do you remember when we betook ourselves to the rock? I indeed forgot the fish. None but Satan made me forget to remember it. It took its course into the sea in a strange way." He, Musa, said, "That is what we have been seeking." So they went back, retracing their footsteps. And I'll be continuing the story from Sahih al-Bukhari. So they came back, retracing their steps, and then they found in the sea the way of the fish looking like a tunnel. So there was an astonishing event for his attendant, and there was a tunnel for the fish. When they reached the rock, they found a man, i.e. Prophet Al-Khidr alayhi salam, covered with a garment. End quote. I'm reading from Quran, ayat 66 to 70 of Surah 18, Surah Al-Kahf. قال له موسى هل أتبعك على أن تعلمني مما علمت رشدا قال إنك لن تستطيع معي صبرا وكيف تصبر على ما لم تحط به خبرا قال ستجدني إن شاء الله صابرا ولا أعصي لك أمرا قال فإن اتبعتني فلا تسألني عن شيء حتى أحدث لك منه ذكرا. Musa said to him, Al-Khidr, may I follow you so that you teach me something of that knowledge, guidance and true path which you have been taught by Allah. He, Al-Khidr, said, verily, you will not be able to have patience with me. And how can you have patience about a thing which you do not know? Musa said, if Allah wills, you will find me patient, and I will not disobey you in aught. He, Al-Khidr, said, then, if you follow me, ask me not about anything till I mention of it to you. End quote. From this, we can see that Prophet Al-Khidr alayhi salam didn't rigorously argue his points against Prophet Musa alayhi salam and allowed Prophet Musa to follow him and think that he will be patient, only for his actions, which I shall read about later on, to prove that he isn't patient concerning Prophet Al-Khidr and his promise to him, even though Prophet Al-Khidr knows that he shall be correct due to his high level of basira, insight, unless Allah decrees otherwise. This is something which is wise, which we can use in our conversations with others when we know that we are in the right of the matter. We just make a simple point and then be patient and let time allow the person we are talking about to have their actions prove our point correct or our opposition statements about us to be proven false. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Back to another excerpt from Sahih al-Bukhari 4727. After that, both of them proceeded along the seashore. There passed by them a boat whose crew recognized Al-Khidr and received them on board free of charge. So they both got on board. A sparrow came and sat on the edge of the boat and dipped its beak onto the sea. Al-Khidr said to Musa, my knowledge and your knowledge and all the creation's knowledge compared to Allah's knowledge is not more than the water taken by the sparrow's beak. Then Musa was startled by Al-Khidr's action of taking an axe and scuttling the boat with it. Musa said to him, these people gave us a free lift, but you intentionally scuttled their boat as to drown them. Surely you have committed a thing armor, a bad, dreadful, evil deed. End quote. Here we see Prophet Al-Khidr's humility pertaining to the knowledge of which Allah has given him. And this humility needs to be installed in all of us. Whatever risk, blessing and good virtues Allah has given you is really, really minuscule compared to everything that is with Allah of those same strengths and noble virtues, etc. And I shall be reading the translation of Quran ayat 72 to 78 of Surah Al-Kahf. He, Al-Khidr, said, did I not tell you that you would not be able to have patience with me? Musa said, call me not to account for what I forgot, and be not hard upon me for my affair with you. Then they both proceeded till they met a boy, and he, Al-Khidr, killed him. Musa said, have you killed an innocent person who had killed none? Verily, you have committed a thing nukkar, a great munkar, prohibited, evil, dreadful thing. Al-Khidr said, did I not tell you that you can have no patience with me? Musa said, if I ask you anything after this, keep me not in your company. You have received an excuse from me. Then they both proceeded till, when they came to the people of a town, they asked them for food, but they refused to entertain them. Then they found therein a wall about to collapse, and he, Al-Khidr, sat it up straight. Musa said, if you had wished, surely you could have taken wages for it. Al-Khidr said, This is the parting between you and I. I will tell you the interpretation of those things which you are unable to hold patience." End quote. As I mentioned earlier, Prophet Al-Khidr alayhi salam just allowed time to let Prophet Musa alayhi salam expose his impatience for his own actions slash statements concerning the matters he wanted to know from Prophet Al-Khidr, proving Prophet Al-Khidr correct. Reading back from Sahih al-Bukhari again. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم وَدِدْنَا أَنَّ مُوسَى صَبَرَ حَتَّى يُقَصَّ عَلَيْنَا مِنْ أَمْرِهِمَا. Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, "We wish that Musa could have been more patient, so that he, Allah, could have described to us more about their story." End quote. And I shall be reading the final ayat, just the translation. These ayat are 79 to 82 of Surah Al-Kahf. As for the ship, it belonged to Masakeen, poor people working in the sea. So I wished to make a defective damage in it, as there was a king behind them who seized every ship by force. And as for the boy, his parents were believers, and he feared lest he should oppress them by rebellion and disbelief. So he intended that their Lord should change for them for one better in righteousness and nearer to mercy. And as for the wall, it belonged to 2 orphan boys in the town, and there was under it a treasure belonging to them, and their father was a righteous man. And your Lord intended that they should attain their age of full strength and take out their treasure as a mercy from your Lord. And I did them not of my own accord. That is the interpretation of those things over which you could not hold patience. End quote and end of story. Subhanallah. The most important lesson of all we can learn from this story is to have sabr, patience in our dealings ma'an-nas, with the people, and not to jump to conclusions without yaqeen, certainty of the situations. Probably we may miss something great we could have benefited from if we choose the path of patience instead of that of impatience. If Musa had been patient concerning the matter of the ship and its people, he would have come to know that those people were actually haughty and avarice, i.e. the king and whoever was with him. Hence not have seen them in the good light that he did, and argued with Prophet Al-Khidr with what Prophet Al-Khidr did on Allah's command. If Musa had been patient about the matter concerning the boy that got killed, he would have come to know that it was by Allah's decree that the boy would have grown to be a rude transgressor, ill-mannered to his parents and his surroundings, insincere to the truth. So Allah instructed Prophet Al-Khidr to kill him so that he can be replaced by a more noble child. And if Prophet Musa had been patient concerning collapsed wall, he would have come to know that he belonged to 2 orphan boys who had treasure placed under it, and that they shall receive it by the divine decree of Allah once they got to their prime age. May Allah increase us in sabr, patience, pertaining to our dealings with the people. Ameen. اللهم أنصر الإسلام والمسلمين في كل مكان يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. سبحانك ربك ربي عزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين. وأقم الصلاة.